necessary with
For
her.
great talk in the morning, watch Donahue at 9, followed by Sally Jesse Raphael at 10, only on WTTN Channel 2.
From her relationship when she grows up.
Dr. Skull?
I think after listening to people, I would say husband.
Hotel accommodations provided by Le Méridien Chicago, offering contemporary European elegance in the heart of Chicago's Gold Coast. Guests of our show fly our official carrier, American Airlines. American offers daily non-stop service from 7 U.S. gateways to the United Kingdom. American Airlines, something special to Europe.
Design.
And who can afford that? But in a way, that's what I'm offering you on this program. You see, I'd like to put the power of instruction in your own hands by showing you a revolutionary training club that doesn't work until you do. Let me explain. It's called the Medicus. Now, from a distance, it looks like an ordinary 5-iron, but here is the secret weapon. This hinge is designed to break down when your swing does. Now, there's a guy over here that's looking at me like I have lost it. So if you'll just take the club and show me your normal swing. Now, see what happens when your takeaway is too quick? The hinge breaks. Try it just a little bit slower. Now, I am hardly a golf instructor, but I can tell you that your swing has improved a lot in just a few seconds. Let's hear it for him. You were a great sport. Thank you very much. Now, gradually what happens is that the Medicus will groove your entire swing. In a nutshell, this is a training club that will teach you how to play better with the clubs you already have. And before long, you'll be hitting them longer and straighter than you ever imagined. Now, we all know the name Al Geiberger, one of golf's greatest players. Well, he's a big fan of the Medicus, and he'll be here in just a minute to talk about the club. But first, listen to some of the reactions we've gotten to this strange-looking but incredible training device.
They've tied my arms up, they've blindfolded me, they've done everything in the world trying to get me to take the club back slower, and it's the only thing in 30 years that's ever worked.
It just breaks down automatically when you've done something wrong. The other ones, they're mostly gimmicks. It's not just a gimmick, this club.
In all the years that I've been on tour, I've been on tour now for 17 years, this helps me more than anything that I've ever used.
Anybody who plays any amount of golf at all should have one of these in their bag, especially to warm up before they go out to play, because it establishes their beat or their rhythm, tempo, pace, however you care to define it, for that particular day.
Well, those people are right. The Medicus will improve your swing, but it has to be pretty incredible to impress our special guest. Almost everyone agrees he has the smoothest swing in all of golf. But because of one incredible day back in July of 1977, I think he will forever be known as Mr. 59, and it's a great pleasure to welcome Mr. Al Geiberger. Al, thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Now, you've had such great success on the PGA Tour and on the Seniors Tour. What is most impressive to you about this club?
Well, I think there's two very important things that this club does, and very well, is one, that it slows up your takeaway. And by taking it back slower, you have much better rhythm throughout your swing and more acceleration, and you'll hit it further. And the other is it forces you to put the club head into the right positions throughout the swing, and that, of course, that gives you so much more consistency, and your scores will really go down from there, because the club head is in the right position, and you'll repeat every time.
Well, Al, even before we contacted you about doing this program, you've been using the Medicus, haven't you?
Well, that's how it all came about. I ran across one of these clubs one time, and I thought it was great because it was helping my game. And then I started using it in a clinic one day, and the people were just amazed by it. So I got a few people out there, and I could take a beginner and have them swing the club and show them the right positions and how to keep the hinge from breaking. And so many of the things naturally happened in the swing, and they just loved it. And they all wanted to order one right away. It was incredible. And then I realized how this is such a good aid, because it shows them so many different things all in one little movement. Plus, it's a great feeling. Once they get the feeling of how to keep the hinge from breaking down throughout the swing, that's the swing.
Well, it's really no wonder then that more and more golf instructors are using the Medicus to teach with. Here is why one of the very best uses the amazing Medicus.
In '88, I saw a Medicus club in someone's bag on the PGA Tour, and I took it out and started swinging, and immediately I couldn't swing the thing. It was intriguing, to say the least. One of the reasons this is such a better idea than some of the teaching aids is because it helps the student get a correct feel. And the only thing that a student has to go by is what it feels like. I think initially on the driving range, you'll see a difference within an hour or 2 hours. A student that uses a Medicus will definitely hit the ball straighter and farther. I've seen tremendous results with this golf club, with not just a few of my students, but everybody that uses it gets better. You know, seeing is believing, and any teaching aid that I can find that forces my students to do the correct move is a valuable teaching aid. It's improved my game tremendously, and all I can say is I wish I would have had it before I'd gotten on the PGA Tour, because I think I probably would still be there.
Well, he may not be on the tour anymore, but when it comes to golf, no one is smarter. His 3 years on the PGA Tour have been followed by an impressive teaching career, during which he's worked with players from both the PGA and LPGA, along with foreign tour players and mini tour players. He's currently the director of teaching at Timucuan Golf Club in Lake Mary, Florida. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome Mike Bender? Hi, Mike.
How are you?
Mike, I have done all of those things I talked about earlier. I have watched videos, I have read magazine articles, I've taken lessons. I still cannot get a consistent golf swing. What will the Medicus do for me that those other products won't?
Well, Ray, you know, working with different caliber players, they all have the same tendencies of swinging the club back with their hands and arms. And any time they do that, they can take the club back outside or to the inside, and the club has a tendency to break, never being consistent. With a Medicus, you can only swing the club one way. And just by that repetition of swinging that club, it begins to groove a new swing, and therefore leads to consistency.
So it sounds like repetition is the most important part of this.
Well, repetition, if you repeat a bad habit, it's no good. But this grooves a good habit. So you must, you know, this forces you to make the good swing, the proper swing, and through that repetition, you can groove a good habit.
Can you show us what you mean?
Yeah, let me show you here. When most people address the ball, as they take the club back, they're doing it again with their hands and arms very quickly. They can take the club back to the outside, they can pull it to the inside, but they're always trying to do it with the hands and arms. If they can just begin to relax their arms and go ahead and let the body turn very smoothly,
oh, look
you're
at
going
that.
to notice that the club goes back in one piece. Also, you'll notice that the toe of the club